as long as you're doing these 5 things, you will build muscle on a vegan diet. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Brooke, otherwise known as Miss Meatless Muscle, and today I'm going to be sharing my 5 musts for building vegan muscle. There is this huge misconception that you can't build muscle on a vegan diet, and that could not be farther from the truth. Not only am I a walking, living example of this, I'm an active vegan bodybuilding competitor and online fitness coach, but I've also helped over 500 vegans build muscle on a plant-based diet and get in the best shape of their lives. A lot of people want to make it really complicated, but it's all really simple. I'm gonna break it down for you, and this is what has worked for me and 500 of my vegan clients. Number 1, before you do anything else, you have to be resistance training. You have to be weight training in order to build muscle. Otherwise, nothing is going to happen. The only way that a muscle can build is if you are actively tearing it down and destroying it in the gym. 45 minutes to an hour is plenty. Even if you're going 3 days a week, you can still build muscle, and you can work your way up to 4 or 5 days a week. When you're lifting weights, you're actually creating these little micro tears in the muscle. And that's really important because your body heals those micro tears by growing the muscle back bigger and stronger. Without resistance training, you're really missing that key component to building muscle. So that's first and foremost. Now you're resistance training, but if you don't do this next thing, you're not going to build muscle either. You have to make sure you're eating enough calories. You guys have to make sure that you're eating enough, because think about it like this. If you're adding mass to your body is going to need more fuel. And not only that, but going back to those little micro tears, your body needs energy, needs food and fuel to be able to heal those micro tears and then actually add mass to your body. Not only that, but if you're working out, your metabolism is speeding up, which is what we want, but that means that your energy requirements are going to increase. And to build muscle, you have to make sure you're consuming enough calories, more calories than you're burning, or else you're going to lose weight. So that's just the law of thermodynamics. If you're not sure where to start with your calories, the simple cookie cutter basic kind of equation: multiply your body weight by 12. This is not going to be optimal for everyone, but this is a good place where you can start if you don't have the means to hire a coach or hire personalized help. A 150-pound woman, that's going to be 1,800 calories. That may be a deficit for some of you, and you'll just have to track your measurements, track your weight, track your pictures, and see how you're progressing each week. If you're not getting the results that you're looking for, I would recommend adding anywhere from 1 to 200 to 300 calories until you start to see the results that you're looking for. Pairing that with resistance training is a really good recipe to start building muscle, but it is a start. It is certainly not everything. So if you're not doing this next thing, you're still going to have a really hard time seeing results, getting enough protein. You have to make sure that you're consuming enough protein in order to build muscle, not just calories, because protein is made up of amino acids. It's really important that we're getting all of those amino acids in so that our body can use that to actually build tissue. That's what our body uses to repair those little micro tears and build more muscle. So if you're a vegan, this may feel really challenging, but there are a ton of really great plant protein sources out there. Tofu, tempeh, seitan, TVP, pea protein, fava bean tofu, definitely missing some. There are more vegan protein sources out there than ever, and it is so easy to get your protein on a vegan diet. I would make sure that you have some of those in your day. A good place to start is 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. That is kind of the golden standard and what has been shown through empirical research to produce the best results. For example, we'll go back to our 150-pound woman. 150 times 0.8 would be 120 grams of protein per day to build muscle. You could easily split that into 5 meals at 25 grams of protein, and there you go, you've hit your goal. You need to make sure that you're consuming enough protein so that your body has what it needs to actually build and repair and produce that growth hormone that is going to help you get to your goal. We know we need to be resistance training to eat enough calories. We know we need to eat our protein, but if you really want to maximize your gains, you need to do this next thing: consuming complete protein sources every day. So yes, you may have heard that there are amino acids in every single food, and that is true, but we're really looking to optimize our strength gains and our muscle gains. So we need to make sure that we have a complete protein source in our diet every single day. This is what I know works. A lot of plant foods are incomplete sources of protein. protein. However, they do have some sort of amino acid profile. So you can pair certain foods like rice and beans, for example, to create a complete protein source, but there are protein sources that are complete in and of themselves. For example, all soy products are complete sources of protein. You're getting all 9 essential amino acids. This is important because each amino acid plays a role in our body. If you consume tofu or tempeh or soy milk every day, then you're covered. Seitan, if you make it at home yourself, you use my recipe, which is on my YouTube if you guys want to check it out, and you use nutritional yeast, which is also a complete protein source, it makes it a complete protein. Incorporating my seitan in your diet can also help you check off that box. And if you just want to be extra and make sure that your bases are covered, or if you're traveling and you just don't have a lot of consistency with your meals, then I would recommend supplementing with an essential amino acid supplement. I love the essential amino acids from ProZeast. That is what I recommend to my clients, and that's what I use myself every single day. I use 1 scoop during my training. That's a really good time. Your body is going to soak up those amino acids and use them properly. You could do all of these things, but if you're not doing this last thing, you won't build muscle, and that is making sure that you get enough sleep is so important for building muscle. Your muscle only grows when you're resting, and specifically when you're sleeping. So when you go home, you eat a really good meal, post-workout meal, and then you go to bed, that's when your body starts working and starts growing those glutes that you were working so hard on at the gym. Muscle recovery, for muscle building, for fat loss, for regulating hormones. In so many ways, sleep is going to benefit you, and I would recommend getting anywhere from 6 to 8 hours of sleep per night. Really 7 to 8 hours would be optimal. I absolutely love my Oura Ring here. This gives me so much data on my sleep, and it'll tell you exactly how long you're in REM, how long it takes you to fall asleep. You can actually figure out what's going on with your sleep if you're not seeing results. So I love this thing, highly recommend it. And if you do have trouble going to sleep, I would recommend taking magnesium. Magnesium is so good for sleep. I would take it an hour before bed. You should see some benefits with that. L-theanine is also a great supplement for sleep. And make sure that you have a good nighttime routine, because if you're scrolling on your phone in bed and you're watching a scary movie and maybe you had an energy drink 2 hours before, yeah, your sleep is probably gonna be crap. So make sure that you're limiting your caffeine after 2 p.m. You have a really good nighttime routine, eating enough calories, make sure that you're resistance training, eating enough protein, working some complete proteins into your day, make sure that you're sleeping enough. And with all of those things combined, it is a fail-proof way to make sure that you're building muscle as a vegan.